All NFL teams' win totals are officially finalized right now for you to bet on if you want to, on which teams are going to be over or under X amount of wins. In this video, I'm going to be going over my top picks for what I think has the best chance of either going over or under this specific NFL team. If you are new here, welcome back to the Green Bean Express, where we cover all things sports. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what else you want to see on this channel. By the way, this is also not gambling advice in the slightest. This is just my picks for myself on what I think. I am not gambling on this whatsoever. First pick I've got is the Texans going over 9.5 wins. I think the odds of this team being 10-7 this year are so much lower than they should be. This is a team in a weak division with the Titans, the Jaguars, and the Colts. I think CJ Stroud has shrugged off any of that sophomore slump that they had. I think the team has a ton of talent around him. A running back pairing of Nick Chubb and Joe Mixon. The defense is still strong with a couple top picks from the past few years of drafts. I think this team is going to shake off any of those issues they had last year and come back strong this year, let alone just doing better than 9-8. With their division right now, the Titans and Jaguars are complete wild cards. They are impossible to count on having a good year or a bad year. They're the first and second worst teams in the league last year. And then you have the Colts, another huge wild card with Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones as quarterback. This is an open fair right now for the Texans. In a garbage division, they can definitely get to 10-7 this year, if not better, if Stroud has a strong year like he did in his rookie season and this team takes it to the next level. Over 9.5 Texans, lock it in. Next bet we got is the Giants going over 5.5. Now look, this is a bad Giants team from last year. This is a bad Giants team over the last couple of years. There's a lot of talent on this team. Their schedule is difficult. I will give you that. That is a tough schedule that they have. That being said, this team has a ton of talent on it. They've got Abdul Carter and hopefully a Thibodeau that acts more like himself when he was in Oregon. They've got a talented Malik Neighbors, I guess a talented quarterback room. This is a gritty team, a team that I think can find a way to salvage 6 wins this season. I don't think that's asking too much from this team. I think they'll get it done against some of the worst teams that they're playing this year. I think they'll be able to squeak out a win against the Commanders and Cowboys this year. I'm not going to say the Eagles, but this team has the potential to win 6 games this season, maybe 7. I think 5.5 is a little bit under what they are potentially able to do. They're not a super deep team, but they're a team that has a lot of talent, playmakers, guys that can get wins at the end of the day, and enough wins to go 6-11, I think. Next up, we have got the Dolphins going under 8.5 wins. This team, I think 8.5 is even a stretch for them. This team sucks. They've lost a ton of guys due to all their issues with salary cap. They've had to let guys like Jalen Ramsey go, guys like Xavier Howard go, Van Ginkel go, Wilkins go. This whole defense is completely different than it was a couple of years ago. This team is trash. The offense is not good as well. There's not enough protection for Tua. Tua is not enough for Tua. You have all these issues with Tyreek Hill. This team is in shambles right now. I think they're dropping at least 3 games in their division alone. The start of their season is a very light schedule. The back end of their season is an extremely difficult schedule. If they do not have a strong start to the season, which I do not think they will, this team is getting nowhere near 9 wins this season. I am slamming the under 8.5 right now. This team does not have what it takes to be over 500 this year. There's going to be some serious dumping of players in this offseason. Going hard with the AL East, we have now got the Patriots. Also, I'm saying going under 8.5. I think this team is on the come up. I think this team is building something very special right now. I think Vrabel was a good hire. I think the team with Drake May and getting more draft picks and more young guys around him, more talent around him, I think there is a lot of potential in the next few years for the Patriots. I think this could be a double-digit win team within the next 2 years. That being said, we are not living in 2027 right now. It is 2025, and this team is still not anywhere near being an over 500 team. I think the Jets and the Dolphins are going to get wins against them. I think the Buffalo Bills are going to sweep them this year. The Patriots are getting better. I think they're almost there. I would say they're probably going to be 7-10 or 8-9, but 9-8, getting above 500, they are not ready yet. Drake May still needs another year under his belt. I think he still needs another weapon or two. I think they still need to get him a little bit more protection. I think the defense needs a little more tinkering. I am not saying this team is garbage. I am saying, though, they need a little bit more time. We are rounding out this list with the last 2 teams. Number 1, we have got the Lions going over 10.5. I get it. I hear it. I know. Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, both gone, I know. And Dan Campbell seems like the kind of guy where it's like, you know what? I'm not going to get involved at all when it comes to your offense or defense. I trust you. I trust you with my life. I trust you with everything. I know that you're going to do the best job possible. You're going to do an amazing job. I don't want to be involved at all. And now maybe they're starting from complete scratch or completely different than from before. I don't know. I get how it could be like that. But this team got better this year than they were last year. They are even better now. The defense is healthy again. They've bolstered their offense. This team is a level up from before. You have another year of experience around Jamison Williams and Jahmyr Gibbs. You have a strong Amon-Ra. You have a Jared Goff that fits in this system. You have an unbelievably talented front seven on that defense. A healthy Aiden Hutchinson. This is a team that can go 11-6, 12-5 again. I think the Packers are good, a tough opponent. I think they'll split the series with them. The Vikings, I think, are massively overrated. I do not know how well JJ McCarthy is going to do this year. I don't know how well this team's going to do after flipping from last year. They overperformed but failed in the playoffs. I think the Vikings are definitely a team that the Lions can 2-0 this year. I think the Bears are definitely a 1-1 or even a potential 2-0 this year with them. Lions have a very, very difficult schedule this year. I will acknowledge that. It is way, way harder than the schedule that they had last year. Last year was kind of a bit of a cakewalk if you want to look back on it. It did not have that many tough opponents. They were able to totally take advantage of that. Offense is still good. Defense is still talented. The schedule is a lot tougher this year, but when we're looking at 10.5 wins, I do not think this team is going 10-7. I think they're going to win the division and go maybe 11-6, 12-5. I think people are overestimating the Bears, Packers, and Vikings a lot more than they should be. Give me the Lions over 10.5 wins. Last but not least, we have got the Rams going under 9.5 wins. Something does not feel right about this team. Even looking from the top down with Stafford, he's still not practicing as much. He's still not playing as much. He is a lot older now. Injury risk is looming for him, either not starting right away in terms of being out for a few weeks to start the season, or midway through the season he's potentially rushed back and now you have an injury from Stafford. You have Jimmy Garoppolo as your backup. I get it. He's capable. He's talented enough. Can he get them to 10-7? I don't think so. I think the Cardinals are going to win a few more games this year than they did last year. I think you have a talented Niners team that's looking for revenge from last year. And I think you have a Seahawks team that is very formidable as an opponent. I do not think the Rams are going to have a bad season. I just think there's a lot of risks right now with their team, with no longer having Cooper Kupp, with having a little bit of an issue with Stafford right now in his health. I think those are two huge looming red flags. Do I think they're going to go 6-11? No. Do I think they're going to go 10-7? No. I think the division is tough. I think the schedule is tough. I think they are not at the level as they were last year. I think Sean McVay is a great head coach. I think I could see this team going around 9-8, 8-9. Anything more, anything less, I don't think so. I think this is one, though, to come down to the last couple weeks. That is the end of this video. Whether you agree, disagree, are outraged with some of the takes I have, make sure to drop that in the comments below. I am happy to read through. I'm happy to answer any of these comments below. Make sure to follow, make sure to subscribe for more content around sports to the Green Bean Express. We are just starting out here, but there is no slowing this train down. Let me know what other content you want me to cover. Any video ideas you guys have, happy to make a video on them. Have an amazing day today.